Hi, I'm Leif from Leif Labs, and I'm going to give a series of videos here about how to do interesting physics things with an Arduino Uno. So first, buy an Arduino Uno. This is the Arduino Uno, and you notice it has a cable that is actually a standard printer cable, so it goes from USB-B to USB-A. Most computers still have this. I hope they always do. Anyway, you plug this in, and then you plug it into your computer, and it's a little computer on a chip that has digital outputs and analog inputs and can be used to do a whole lot of really interesting electronics and physics. Once you have an Arduino Uno, you want to go to the website, arduino.cc. This is the main web page of the Arduino project. This is an open source hardware system out of Italy. Go to Software and Downloads, and then download whatever the appropriate software is for the computer that you have. So generally either Mac OS or Windows. Get what you need, install it, go through the usual series of clicking and so on to install a thing, and then after that, once you have that software installed, open it up, and then go to File, Examples, Basics, Blink. This is the code to blink an LED, which is essentially the hello world of Arduino. It's the first thing you should always do. After you do that, plug in your Arduino to the USB on your computer, unless you've already done that. So do that. The next thing you want to do is go to Tools and then Port, and you should see one of the ports checked, which means it is in fact connected and it knows it's there. And if you don't see that, go down and see if it turns on. It's one of these stupid computer things where you have to just sort of fiddle with it and often unplug it, plug it back in, sometimes restart your computer, and essentially mess around with this until you see a thing and there's a check mark. Finally, don't forget to set the board to Arduino Uno, unless you're using one of the other boards. There's a lot of choices. Using the wrong one sometimes works, but use the right one, Arduino Uno. Once you get that, you want to go over here and click Upload. And when you do that, you're going to see it'll say compiling sketch, and you should see some blinking lights. It says uploading, blink, 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 blink. Okay, done uploading. And now there's a blinking light. Boop, boop. So now the next thing to do, and I consider this to be part of the hello world, you go and you look at the code and you try to understand what this is. It's very simple. It's a loop called loop. And then it writes LED built in to high, delays 1,000 milliseconds, so that's 1 second, and then low and 1,000 milliseconds. So it's 1 second on, 1 second off. And now what we're going to do is go in here and change this from 1,000 to 200 on both. And then I'm going to go up and say compile and load. It says compiling sketch, uploading. Here it is, uploading again. Okay, now it's done uploading, and now it's blinking with a 0.2 second on off. So it's blinking faster, 5 times faster. And so I consider that to basically be the hello world, where if you've done that, you've made the Arduino do something interesting, and everything else should hopefully be a little easier after you've overcome this initial hump, which can be surprisingly frustrating and can involve turning everything on and off a whole bunch of times and so on, as with most computer peripherals. But eventually, you should get it working either on Windows or Macintosh. And that's it for just getting it started and going. Like and subscribe if you want to get more of this stuff. The next one, I'm going to start talking about doing some physics with this thing. Thanks for listening.